Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Jazz and today we're going to be budgeting my $1,302 paycheck plus $982 that I transferred over from my checking account. This is because in order to avoid the monthly fee, I had to keep $1,500 in there. And sometimes that's where I take my cash out to film. So sometimes at the beginning of the day, I would have less while I'm waiting for my online bank to transfer over. So it's been 2 months already that I've gotten charged the $12 service fee. So like, okay, there's no point in me keeping like 1,600 aside just to avoid the fee when I'd rather see that money in like my high yield savings account, if that made sense. So I'm only gonna keep $500 when I need to take out cash to film, and then I'll just transfer the $6 bi-weekly or the $12 monthly to cover that fee. So $982 is what I transferred over to my regular like SoFi account, which is like my online bank. So let's go ahead and get started. We are only going to be working with the $1,302 for these categories because it is my paycheck. I didn't want to touch any of this money to fund my like regular expenses. So I brought up my calculator, $1,302 on there. I'm going to turn this sideways. Okay. My bills are $170, so this includes the $6 bi-weekly. Medical is gonna get $70 to cover my orthopedic appointment, and then 2 appointments, which are like a $10 copay. Gas and oil gets $140. Car maintenance is gonna come later. Grocery shopping, or GS, is the savings challenge that we have here, which we'll go ahead and do afterwards. I did buy a Tease prep course book because I want to get into nursing school, so I want to prep for that, and that was $212. I forgot I'm subtracting, so the 170 minus the 70 minus 140, so that gives us 710. So the prep was $212. Plus, I bought a Fitbit because I wanted to start tracking my steps. And when I'm at the treadmill, I need to have my phone on me for the steps to count. And I kind of want to watch stuff or listen to music. And I just want to have like my phone aside. So I just decided to invest in a Fitbit. And I got that yesterday and it was $110. And my car tax is $5. This is for 2020. Yeah. The next year. I already have like the 2026 sticker. It's for the following year. Christmas is gonna get $30. And I'll show you guys the savings challenge that I have saved away. So this savings challenge will save me $600, and I've just been doing more recently like the $30 side. Sometimes I'll do the 10, and I've only done one $20 icon. So we'll go ahead and fill in a tree next time. So 30, and my emergency fund is gonna get $120. Okay, next up is my sinking funds. Tipping is gonna get $10. I'm gonna take this out in cash and singles and just tip as I go. I like restaurants or whatever. Fund monies gets $100 as usual. Okay, events, 40. I do need to get my little sister a gift for her birthday next week. So there's that. Clothes, let's see, we'll do 50 in clothes. Okay, and money is just for stuff that I need is 80. Okay, so that gives us $165. So now what I want to do is take care of my grocery shop challenge, which is like my savings for now. But before I get into that, I did want to talk about my emergency fund and what I've learned in my own journey. If you follow the Dave Ramsey method, he says to start off with $1,000 emergency fund and then build your way up to 3 to 6 months of expenses. And my expenses are very low just because I don't have to pay rent because I live with my boyfriend and his family. So I'm very fortunate that I don't have to worry about that. But because I've been so lenient, I was like, oh, okay, like I don't really have a set number for my emergency fund, so it's just gonna be whatever. And this is the most money I've ever had in my emergency fund, but I wasn't taking it as seriously. So I just did like a minimum $1,000 a month, and then I just multiplied that by 6. So it gave me a total estimate of a $6,000 emergency fund. I had $5,880 in there, and I counted it as my savings and my emergency fund. So that's where I didn't create the separation between emergencies and my actual savings, because emergencies is emergencies and savings is for stuff that I can like spend on it because it's not an emergency. Like I bought tickets to a festival and I was like, oh, I'll just pull it from my savings, but really like I should have defined it as my emergency fund. So this 120 is going to complete our $6,000 emergency fund. And now I want to focus on car maintenance up to, I want to get that at least to $1,000 and just call it even. And then if I need to use it, I'll just replenish from there. Or if a car repair doesn't meet up to it, like I can pull from my savings, or I might just, you know, get it to $1,000 first, and then like I'll keep adding as I go, but not as aggressively. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so we have $165. Now I want to add the $982. So we have $1,147. This is all like savings money. So I don't want to put it in like my sinking fund. Sorry, there's a loud plane going over right now. I'll try to talk over it. But we have $1,147. I do want to put the full $1,000 in my car maintenance fund. Like I said, I still don't know if I'm just going to cap that at $1,000 or keep adding like $20, $30 every time that I get paid. Okay, so if we subtract the $1,000, that leaves us with $147. Now we're gonna go ahead and go into our grocery shopping challenge. So I reprinted it and they look so good and I'm super, super excited. So let's go ahead and get started. We can put that there. Yeah, okay. So our first card is eggs, which is gonna be in the dairy section. Okay, which is 30. And if you don't know how I'm doing it, I'm just adding a 0 to each thing. So that says 3, but it's $30. We'll go ahead and subtract that as we go until we get, you know, close to 0. And I don't want any IOUs. Okay, so butter is also in dairy. We have $40 there minus the bonus of another 40. Okay, that only leaves us with $37. So, ooh, we can end up with an IOU. Unless we want to cheat and go looking for an icon. I kind of want to cheat and do that. Yeah, okay, we're going to cheat a little bit because I do not want to end up with an IOU. I really don't. Okay, so let's go looking for the coffee. So here we go. There is some bonus savings in here, and those are a little scary. There we go. Okay, so we are intentionally going to pull the coffee card, which is the 30, and that only leaves us with $7. So we won't be able to pull any more cards. And then I usually try to aim to pull $400 worth of cards and make like my grocery list and do 200 one week, 200 the next. But because I spent on my teas prep and I bought myself the Fitbit, I don't have that extra money. And I could have saved for my Fitbit, but I really like wanted it now, and I just thought it'd be like a great investment to keep me on track with my steps and like make my life better, because I don't have to worry about that, and I'm like actually working out more, which makes me really, really happy. So we have $7 left to do. Let me write this in. We have 140 going in there, and we have $7. Honestly, I'll put that in close. Okay, so now we have 57 going into close, or sorry, the extra 7 total is 57. So now that we subtracted the 7, we have zeroed out our budget, and I'm super happy about that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.